was your do now, and the do now asks you to look at the images and define. So let's go over that real quick. The do now asks you to define the terms risk and return, and those two ideas are really very well depicted here when it comes to personal finance in these images, okay? So a risk is a chance. When you make a decision to invest your money or not invest your money, you take a risk. So if you look at the mouse, he's deciding whether or not he wants to risk going for that cheese. A return is the profit. It's what you get after you take your risk. And if you look at the image, you can see that the mouse does get the profit or the cheese, which would be his dinner. So let's take a look at that in economic terms. Here we have a risk and return trade-off. So low risk, low return. Obviously, high risk, high potential for return. Okay, so if you're going to keep your money just in a savings account, it's going to be there for you whenever you need it, but it's not really going to make you any money. Okay, that's low risk, low return. Okay, if you decide to take more of a risk with your money, let's say, and invest in a business, then you have more potential to make more money, but you also have the potential to lose your money. The risk is higher. You're not guaranteed to get your money back if you invest in somebody's business. Okay, the problem with high risk, high return is that it often takes time. If you think about the compounding do now, a lot of you guys in the beginning of the assignment said, yeah, I'm going to take the $1 million. After the assignment, you realize, no, the penny over a month that doubles is a better opportunity. However, you have to wait the month for that opportunity to pay off. And a lot of people don't have the patience to wait that long. So if you guys ever win the lottery, there's two choices. You can either take payments over time, which you will end up with more money over time, or you take the lump sum, which is the amount they're going to give you after they take the taxes. A lot of people take the lump sum because it's a higher payoff quickly. Okay, so let's look at some other examples of risk and return. In the budgeting assignment, a lot of you guys said that the way you hold on to your money is you keep it in cash. That's fine. You can keep your money under your mattress, but it's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to sit there. Unless you go out and you do your chores or you get a job, that money is not going to increase at all. Okay, so what people will do is they'll take their money and maybe buy property, right? Property is a great investment and often doesn't lose money, but you have to be patient and care for that property and wait for the property to increase or double the value to double over time. Okay, the highest risk, highest returns are stocks, which are when you invest in companies in the stock market. And a stock is when you buy a share or a piece of a company, a percentage of a company. And you're not guaranteed that that company will make money over time. In the beginning, when Apple first started, it did not make money. It actually lost money. So investing in another person's company or creating your own company or your own business, that has you have the potential to make more money if you do that, but you have to wait for that money or that business to return a profit. And often new businesses take 2 to 3 years before they will return a profit. So let's take a look at the idea of the rule of 72 when it comes to investing and doubling your money, right? When it comes to risk. So the rule of 72, you watch the video and you watch the girl explain what the rule of 72 was. So let's take a look at it right here. So the rule of 72 says that whenever you want to figure out how long it will take for an investment to gain interest and double, you put 72 over the rate of return equals the time for the investment to double. So let's take a look at an example so we can understand this. So here we have an example. Kyrie makes a lot of money, but also loves to spend money. Unfortunately, Kyrie has a $3,000 balance on a credit card with an 18% interest rate. If he makes no payments on the card and no late fees were charged, how long will it take for his debt to double? Now, interest rates can work for you when it comes to investing your money, but they can also work against you when it comes to credit and loans. Now, these things of the idea of credit card and student loans are things you're going to become very familiar with in a very short amount of time. So here's how we would set up the equation. 72, right? So we're taking 72 because it's the rule of 72 over 18%. That's the percentage. And we have to figure out how long will it take for this 3,000 to double, right? So this is simple math, but Miss Maffei has a hard time with math, so let's work it out together. So we have 72 divided by 18, 4 years. So in 4 years, Kyrie will not owe $3,000, he'll owe $6,000. Okay, so in 4 years, his debt will double. Okay, this is how credit card companies keep you in debt over time. Okay, let's look at another example. So we have Janine. So Janine wants to invest $5,000 for college. What rate of return must Janine earn for her investment to double over 4 years? So let's take a look. We do the same thing, but now we're looking for which interest rate does she need for her money to gain a return. So we know she needs it to double in 4 years. So 72, we know rule 72 over X, we need to figure out which interest rate she needs for it to double in 4 years. So here we have to do a little bit of math, right? So 72 equals 4. Put the 4 over 4, we cancel it out. Put the 4 over 72, and we divide again. 72 divided by 4, 18. So it will take her, she has to have 18% interest on her $500 for it to double in 4 years, okay? So then you're going to work on these, and you're going to do it the same way we just did those two examples, okay? You're going to figure out, so you have 72 over 3.1%. How long will it take for that money to double, right? And you're going to do those on your own, and you're going to figure those out on your own. And you have some examples that, just like those word examples we just did, you're going to finish out this chart. And you're also going to do a short reading and answer because, but, so statements, okay? Please don't forget the because, but, so statements at the end of the assignment. They're very, very, very important, okay? There's also going to be a rubric at the end of the assignment to help you guys out, okay? So I hope you guys found this informative, and I will hopefully speak to you guys soon, okay? Stay safe.